Once upon a time, in a small village nestled at the foot of a majestic mountain, there lived a weary traveler named Jack. He had been wandering for days, carrying only a tattered backpack and a heart full of hope. As he approached the village, he noticed the warm glow of hearths through the windows of the quaint cottages. The villagers were huddled together, sharing stories and laughter, while a chill wind swept through the streets. With hunger gnawing at his stomach, Jack mustered the courage to knock on the door of the first cottage he came across. An elderly woman with kind eyes opened the door, and before Jack could speak, she invited him inside. "I am Granny Rose," she said with a smile. "You look tired and hungry. Come in, and I'll prepare something warm for you." Grateful for her hospitality, Jack entered her cozy cottage, where the aroma of freshly baked bread filled the air. Granny Rose served him a bowl of vegetable stew, and as Jack savored each spoonful, he felt a warmth spread through his body. As they chatted, Jack asked Granny Rose about life in the village. She told him about the close-knit community and how everyone cared for one another. The next morning, Jack wanted to repay Granny Rose for her kindness. He rummaged through his backpack and found a small, smooth stone. He decided to make stone soup, a dish he had learned on his travels. Carrying the stone in his hand, Jack approached the village square. He called out to the villagers, "Good people of this wonderful village, would you care to try my stone soup?" Curiosity piqued, the villagers gathered around him. Jack filled a large pot with water from the village well and placed the stone in it. As he stirred the imaginary soup, he spoke of how delicious it would be with a pinch of salt, a few potatoes, some carrots, and a handful of beans. One by one, the villagers became intrigued. They rushed back to their homes to fetch the ingredients Jack had mentioned. Soon, the pot was filled with an abundance of vegetables, transforming the imaginary stone soup into a real and hearty feast. As the soup simmered, the aroma spread through the village, drawing even more people to the square. They brought fresh herbs, spices, and stories of their own travels, enriching the soup and the sense of community. By the time the soup was ready, the entire village had gathered around the pot. Laughter and camaraderie filled the air as they shared their own tales of adventure. As the sun set, the villagers gathered in the square, grateful for the meal and the newfound friendship they had with Jack. They realized that the true magic of stone soup was not just the delicious broth, but the spirit of generosity and the joy of coming together to help one another. From that day on, Jack became a beloved member of the village. He shared his stories and adventures, and the village reciprocated with love and warmth. The stone soup had taught them all a valuable lesson: when people come together, even the simplest of ingredients can create a rich and fulfilling life. And so, in that little village, the tradition of stone soup lived on, reminding everyone of the importance of kindness, community, and the magic that can be found in a humble stone and the love it can inspire.